14 years ago, you made your professional debut a few hundred yards from here. Could you ever have believed back then that you could have achieved so much in such dramatic fashion over the last 14 years?
Of course, I always had confidence in myself. No, I always knew I felt I was going to be a world champion. But to say I've been reigning 10 years on, collected all 4 major world title belts, ring champion. What can I say? You know, I'm fantastically proud, and thank God. And it was awesome. Awesome. What can I say? Awesome.
Let's bring Frank Warren in. Frank, you've had some fantastic nights in boxing, and as Joe went back to his corner at the end of the 11th, you stood on your feet and you waved the whole crowd to get to their feet, which they did. Have you ever experienced a night like this?
It's my best moment in the sport, and I'm so proud of him.
Let's bring Enzo in. Nobody in this stadium can imagine the love and pride you must feel, not just as a trainer, but as a father.
Certainly, without question, though. I mean, we had a goal, a dream. Every time from when Joe was a kid, I had a dream. I said one day he'll rule the world. He will rule the world, and hopefully he will become probably an icon in boxing. And that's which he's done, proved. And I'm lost for words. Listen, I'm absolutely lost for words.
Vegas in Fight Week is something I've never experienced before, and I can promise you it's every bit as good as people say it is. The build-up to the big one began on Tuesday with the public workout. With 4 days to go, hundreds of British fans had already poured into America's boxing capital, and they were treated to a fast, relaxed and confident Calzaghe, the Welshman looking more than comfortable at his new weight. And I'll give you one word for my first interview with Bernard Hopkins: memorable. Bernard, you've said in the past that you've won fights before you've even entered the ring. Have you got any tactics this week to try and get inside Joe Calzaghe's head? Do you think you need to do that at all?
Do I have any tactics or any plan that you want me to tell you now? Do I look that stupid?
How many times have you seen a big pre-fight press conference and watched all the antics kick off? Well, that's what we were expecting on Wednesday in the Grand Ballroom of Planet Hollywood. The press held their breath as everyone mounted the podium, but in the city of wild excess, it was almost understated.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited that it's going to be a treat. He's got 2 great fighters fighting on Saturday night. And as you know, we both don't like to take a backward step, so it's going to be a hell of a fight. So I'm not going to do my talking in the ring, so I'll leave the talking to Bernard. So all the best.
The final act of drama in any pre-fight build-up is the weigh-in, so Friday provided a gripping climax to an enthralling week. Calzaghe looked to be enjoying the adulation, and after both men tipped the scales at 173 pounds, they got together for a little FaceTime. The atmosphere is crackling here in Las Vegas as the boxing world holds its breath in anticipation of an intriguing matchup. Can Big Joe deliver on the biggest night of his life?
I understand we can hear from Joe himself now. Rob Walker is waiting to talk to him.
Joe, you've delivered on the biggest night of your life. I bet you can't stop smiling.
What can I say? It was a difficult fight. I knew Bernard would be a difficult guy to fight. His style is not suited for my way of boxing, so you know I like fighters to come. And he's an awkward opponent to fight. And I made the worst possible start. I got caught with the right hand, and I saw what champion's all about. I got up, I managed to grind out the performance, grind out the win.
Do you feel your legacy's complete now? Because to be a great British boxer, you've got to come to the States and win, and you've done it in style.
I've done everything I could possibly do. I mean, champion in my 11th year. Unfortunately, big fights eluded me for years and years. I was frustrated. Boxing's politics. You know, you can't pick who you want to fight. But for years, I was the WBO champion till Lacey came along. And then people thought I was going to get beat, and you saw what happened. Then Kessler came along, an even better fighter than Lacey, and you see what happened.
Let's just bring you in, Frank. Have you got your breath back yet?
Just about. It's,
Yeah, it's cool, man.
It's quite exciting night. There's no doubt about it. Phenomenal performance.
Joe, just a final quick word for all your fans watching at home. You've made them stay up very late. You've given them a few nerves, but you've delivered. Or all the guys who followed you for the last 15 years, a quick word for them.
Yeah, what can I say? You know, thanks very much for everybody that's come over here tonight. Thanks for everybody that's tuned in to Setana Sports and watched this tonight. What can I say? Thanks to my great gym mates, to Enzo, to Nathan, to Bradley. Unlucky you couldn't come, mate, but never mind. I'll see you for a beer next week. And what can I say? My mum watching at home, you can come from here to say, you know, I won. So I love you. I'll see you soon.